In this video, I'll be explaining about Johnson's algorithm. So this algorithm is used to find all pair shortest path. Okay. So in my previous video, I've already explained about Floyd-Warshall algorithm. So that algorithm was also all pair shortest path algorithm, but the time complexity that algorithm takes was big O of V cube. Okay, big O of V cube, which is a polynomial time complexity. But if we compare Floyd-Warshall with Johnson's algorithm, the time complexity Johnson's algorithm will take is less than that of Floyd-Warshall. Okay, so in Floyd-Warshall we have used the concept of intermediate vertex, and applying that to all the vertices we are able to have shortest path. But if we see Johnson's algorithm is nothing but the combination of Bellman-Ford and Dijkstra. In my previous video, I've already discussed about Bellman-Ford and Dijkstra, which is a single source shortest path algorithm. So suppose this is a graph and we want to find all pair shortest path. Okay, so we have two algorithm for single source shortest path, that is Bellman-Ford and Dijkstra. One is Dijkstra and one is Bellman-Ford. So suppose if we apply Dijkstra algorithm in all the vertices for a vertex which is nothing but the source vertex, this algorithm helps to find the shortest path from this single source in logarithmic time. So if we consider all the vertices as a source one by one, then we will get the all pair shortest path in time complexity of V into V log E, where V log E is the time complexity of single source shortest path using Dijkstra, and as there are V vertices, we will applying Dijkstra for each vertex, and we will get time complexity V square log E. Okay, V square log E. And if we apply Bellman-Ford algorithm in each vertex one by one, for a single vertex as a source vertex, Bellman-Ford algorithm takes V into E times, approximately V square times. And if we apply for each and every vertex, we find that it's nothing but V into VE. Ultimately, we are getting V cube time complexity. So this V cube is same as that of Floyd-Warshall algorithm. So it's better to use Dijkstra algorithm, because in this the time complexity is V square log E, which is less than V cube. Okay, but there is one problem. Dijkstra algorithm does not work when there will be a negative weights in the edges. So if we see in the graph, we find that between 0 to 1 there is a negative edge. So if there will be a negative weight edge in the graph, then Dijkstra does not perform at that condition. So what we need to do is that we can approach this problem like we can find all pair shortest path using the combination of Bellman-Ford and Dijkstra. So Dijkstra basically, with the help of Dijkstra, we can apply this Dijkstra algorithm in all the vertices. In all the vertices, which will take time complexity V square log E. But the most important condition is that we need to remove this negative weight edges. Like we need to convert it to positive weight edges. Okay, we need to remove this because Dijkstra does not perform at that condition. But if we see Bellman-Ford, we find that Bellman-Ford algorithm performs well in case of negative weight edges. So what we can do is that in Johnson's algorithm, step 1 will be to have a vertex and to connect it with all the vertices available in the graph with a edge having weight 0. So from this graph, we need to reconstruct it to this graph. Okay, we need to have an extra vertex and we need to connect that extra vertex to all other vertices having edge weight as 0. Okay, so now we'll start applying Bellman-Ford algorithm from vertex 4. If we apply Bellman-Ford algorithm for vertex 4, as we know that in Bellman-Ford algorithm, if there will be negative weight cycle, then that algorithm does not perform at that condition. But if we apply our Bellman-Ford for this source vertex, it is ensured that adding this source vertex is not useful for creating negative weight cycle because all the edges are directed from this vertex to all other vertex. It means that due to addition of this extra vertex, it won't affect the main graph. It won't create any negative weight cycle. But if in the graph itself, if there is a negative weight cycle, then this algorithm will not work. Okay, then all the algorithms, that is Dijkstra, Bellman-Ford, Floyd-Warshall, Johnson, will not work if there will be a negative weight cycle. Okay, but if the graph does not have negative weight cycle, then on adding the extra vertex, it will not create negative weight cycle because all the edges are being directed from that extra vertex to all other vertices. So we are going to apply Bellman-Ford algorithm. In Bellman-Ford, we will be getting the distance value for each vertex. We will be getting distance value for each vertex. So I've already explained about Bellman-Ford algorithm, that how it helps to find single source shortest path. So from this extra vertex, we'll get the distance value for all other vertices that are connected. Okay, so each vertex will have its distance value. So after finding the distance value of all the vertex from this source vertex, what we'll do is that we will remove this extra vertex. We are going to remove this connections and again going to reconstruct our graph. Okay, and again going to reconstruct our graph. But this time what we have to do is that in each edge we need to apply a formula. In each edge we need to apply a formula. The formula is that original weight between the edges plus distance value of vertex u, which we have obtained using Bellman-Ford algorithm, minus distance value of vertex v. Okay, so using Bellman-Ford algorithm we get distance value of this this vertex and this vertex from the source, from this source. Okay, from this extra vertex. So after finding it, we will remove this extra vertex and all the connections and we will reconstruct the graph, provided that we have to apply this formula in every edge. So the reason to apply this formula is it will not affect the graph and it will help to convert all the negative weight edges to a positive one. Like it will add some extra quantity to the weight, to the value, provided that it will affect to all the values in a like same effect. It will create a same effect to all the edges. Suppose like if we want to add extra quantity x and on adding it to all the edges, it makes no difference to the graph. So this type of effect will be produced by using this formula. So we are going to use this formula, like original weight is -5. So -5 plus distance value, which we have found using Bellman-Ford algorithm for vertex 0, we are going to add this, and minus distance value of this one, which we have found using Bellman-Ford algorithm, we are going to subtract this. So we'll get a new weight for this particular edge, and this new weight will be a positive one. So after this, will have all the weights of the edges as a positive one. And as we know that if all the weights are positive, then we can apply Dijkstra algorithm, because Dijkstra algorithm does not perform when there will be a negative weight edge in a graph. Okay. So after conversion from negative weight edges to positive weight edges, what we can do is that in each vertex we will start applying our Dijkstra algorithm. So using Bellman-Ford algorithm, that is VE, we convert our negative weight edges to positive weight edges. Plus, now we are going to apply Dijkstra algorithm for each vertex. So there are V vertex and Dijkstra algorithm time complexity is V log E. So if we see the total time complexity is nothing but big O of V square log E plus VE plus VE. So from V cube, it has been reduced to this time complexity. It means that Johnson's algorithm is quite well as compared to Floyd-Warshall algorithm. So this is all about Johnson's algorithm.